the highly anticipated one-year review of the Yardmax YG 1550 coming right up. Okay, my Lenderman Shop friends, I was really hoping to have a glowing report today on the YG 1550. There's a couple issues that we need to talk about here. Not everything's bad. There's some really good things to talk about. So let's start first with the engine. The engine's still running strong. It smokes, it backfires occasionally when I start it up, but other than that, it's still running strong. The height adjustment, right there, the height adjustment still working great. I often use the height adjustment, no matter what I'm going over, roots, ruts, embankments, whatever. It's still super easy to bend down and make those adjustments. And it feels strong too. I was thinking that lever might get a little loose. Right now, the wheels look good at their hubs all around. Well, we'll get back to that in a minute, but we'll say the hubs look good. The connection rods for each wheel looks good. So that height adjustment is still working really well. Okay, it is a 2-in-1 system, which means it can mulch and then just shoot out the side. I use the mulching quite a bit in the fall to take care of the leaves. And again, you just pull off the chute and the cover comes down and closes up, and that's been working well. I had not sharpened the blade, which I probably should have sharpened the blade last year when I first got it, but it probably could use a sharpening right now, but it's still working for me. Again, that's something I need to do. Okay, let's talk about two things that have gone a little bit wrong with this machine. Number one is kind of my fault. The plastic cover on the air filter came off and I mulched it. So you can see here in the picture, it just got obliterated. Apparently when I was mowing under the forsythia down front there, one of the limbs came down and pulled off that plastic cover, and I didn't know it, and I backed the lawnmower up, and the next thing I know, I'm mulching the air filter cover. So that, that in my opinion, that of course is my fault, a little bit of human error there, but it was on, it just got pulled off by a branch. So, the old style, they used to screw them on and it stayed on nice and tight and never came off. Well, with this one here, it just kind of clips on and it can easily come off. Okay, so just be careful of that. I've also lost the one little piece of foam. I actually just lost that last week. The cap itself I lost last year while I was at the end of the year in the fall last year. This other piece of foam that should be in there, I lost just last week, and it probably got pulled out by another piece of forsythia or somehow got blown out of there, and I've yet to find that. But it still runs. I'll put a piece of tape over that top, maybe a zip tie of some sort to make sure that other foam stays in there. Not a completely huge issue, but it'd be nice if that had a little bit better security staying on top there. So at this point, you're probably wondering, well, what's the problem? What's that other problem you talked about? Does it not get good gas mileage? I'll say I can do most of the yard, and then I have to fill up again. So it takes me about a tank and a half to get done what I need to do. On this property, I'm pushing about, every time I cut the grass, about 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then I get on the tractor and finish up. And I do that once a week, so the lawnmower does get used quite a bit. The other thing, changing the oil, is it tough to change the oil? I don't know, because I have not changed the oil yet. And if I do change the oil in this lawnmower, it'll be the first time I've ever changed oil in a push mower like this. All right, so the big issue, the other issue that has happened, folks, tell me what this is. If you say that looks a lot like a lawnmower wheel that's broken, you would be absolutely correct. 2 months ago, this wheel broke. So right now we're in August, we're nearing the end of August, it's just about school time again. In June, that wheel broke. So June 15th it was, let's say June 15th, I sent a note to the company, I put in all my information, and they got back to me. We have it on back order. It's tough getting stock in and so forth. So I'm still waiting for that. I was hoping to have it all done for you and have a shining review that say, you know what, customer service is fantastic. Actually, I will say customer service for Yardmax, I know I've read some different opinions here, but they got back to me very quickly with each one of my correspondences and my questions and inquiries and so forth. Even my last inquiry was, you know, it's been tough pushing this mower around on 3 wheels, which I have been doing. I'll show you a couple pictures of that. You know, whereas the wheel, they got back to me saying it's still, we just don't know where they are. So, all right, quick word about the warranty with this machine is the warranty is a 2-year warranty, and it's less than 2 years. It's been just a year when that wheel broke. And of course, the gentleman at customer service said we cover everything except for the blade and the wheels, because those are 2 items that they don't manufacture, so they're not covered under the warranty. Well, of course. All right, so I went to Home Depot and I thought, well, you know what, I'll just shell out I forget what the prices are at Home Depot for one of these wheels. It's like $12, maybe $15, might even be more for this big one, for the 11-inch wheel. Okay, so the replacement, you know, the generic Home Depot lawnmower wheel, if you go to that department, is actually 11 inches on the dot. This wheel here, of course, is not 11 inches. It's 10, a little bit over 10. I'll show you in a picture there what it is. So it's not actually 11 inches. So I thought, well, I'm going to have a hard time putting a bigger wheel on one side and then having the stock wheel on the other side. So I've been holding out. And then, of course, it occurred to me that maybe I should just, you know, buy all 4 wheels from Home Depot and put them on there. And that's, you know, it's getting close to $100 just for some wheels to outfit this machine. Second part of that is that they got back to me and said, can you please send us some pictures of the wheel so we can improve our product there? So I sent in a bunch of different pictures of this and how it was broken and all that. The whole time I'm thinking, well, the wheel itself has been around for what, 1,000,000 years? I don't know, 1,000 years, 2,000 years. The lawnmower wheel has been around pretty close to that, right? I mean, the lawnmower wheel that we know, these little lawnmowers, they've been around for practically 100 years. You know, how much more research do you need to do to build a wheel that doesn't break? I don't know about you folks, but I have never ever had a wheel break on me on a lawnmower. This is the very first time. And I can tell you right now, and I kind of thought about this when I was putting this machine together last year, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the video or not. You can tell just by looking at this wheel that it's not as strong as what your typical wheel looks like. It's just, I mean, I'm not big on this type of stuff. I'm no engineer or anything like that, but just kind of putting it together, it felt like it was not as strong as your other brands will say, lawnmower wheel. So, and I found out it's not as strong. All right, so here's a few pictures of the lawn. Here's a picture of the lawnmower itself. Without the wheel on it, and then I have to say I'm kind of proud of myself that the lawn actually looks okay after I cut the yard, or you know, portions of the yard with only 3 wheels. So here are some pictures of what the lawn looks like after I cut it with 3 wheels. So there you have it, folks. So the jury's still out. I don't know, maybe this wheel I have here is a bum wheel. Again, I wish I could say that I highly recommend this machine, and you know, in some regard I do, because the engine again is running great. The height adjustment is still working fabulously, even with just the 3 wheels. Which brings me to another point: is I'm afraid that, you know, the back wheel that's on there now is going to be kind of weakened by me pushing with 3 wheels. And is that going to break soon? Is that going to cost me another 20? That's, you know, these things are $22. You order them from the company, plus tax and shipping and all that. So it's going to cost me a couple dollars. So there's a little bit to throw at you when you're making your decision on the Yardmax. Again, I wish I could give it a glowing report. Again, I have been very happy with it. I was extremely happy with it up until that wheel broke. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about this review that I was going to do earlier in the summer. And I thought, you know, this is great. I'll just recommend it to anybody who's interested in, you know, looking at the video. But now I have, you know, a little trepidation. So I guess buy at your own risk. Buy knowing that these wheels are not the best. I don't know. So Should I buy a new lawnmower? I don't know. So I'll wait. Hopefully the wheel will come before fall gets here. So when I get into mulching, it's it's a little bit easier. I've been doing a 3-wheel lawn mowing plus a lot more weed whacking than I care to do. All right, that is it, folks. That's the review, the quick review of the Yardmax YG 1550. If you have any questions, if there's some things I didn't cover, go ahead and type them below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And I apologize for taking so long for this review. Again, I was hoping that I could say, you know what, I got the wheel in a couple weeks, and put it back on, and things work great. But here it is, 2 months out. I haven't heard a word from the company, and I'm still waiting for the wheel. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I should just go get that 11-inch wheel from Home Depot, slap it on there, and call it a day. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What would you do? What do you think I should do as I'm waiting on this wheel? Okay. Thanks again, folks, for tuning in to Lenderman Shop. I know this was a quick one, but I did want to get this one out. We're getting to the end of summer here. I did want to get it out before we get into the fall. So I'm hoping that helps you with a little bit with your decision-making process. All right. Until our next video, take care.
Cause